If you're looking for a perfect parish, you probably are out for a long, long haul of wait. You know why? Because a perfect parish would only exist in heaven. There would always be faults anywhere, somewhere, somehow. Thursday. History repeats itself, but history doesn't have to. The biggest helping hand is prayer. Who is the greatest teacher? Jesus. So pray. When something's really wrong, pray. Seek the helping hand. And that helping hand is Jesus. That's the biggest helping hand you can get. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you will find. Remember, Jesus will not open the door for you. You'll have to knock. You have to knock, so the door will be open. Thursday. You know, the chosen people are the Jews, right? The Old Testament was very cool, but very, very clear. With all the love that God has given the Jews responded with infidelity. You know infidelity, right? Being unfaithful. Ingratitude. Instead of thanking God, what did they do? They created their own idols. Abuse. The Pharisees. IIA. Infidelity. Ingratitude. This is. Have a good night. Israel's response. Now, let's put ourselves into the picture. Some of us have been blessed with so much, with a good job, good ideal family, right? Some people have been blessed with very good education, very good degrees, very good jobs, good money, a lot of money, like many of you. And what do you respond to God with all these blessings? Ingratitude. Many rich people don't even worry about God. They don't even care about God. That's total ingratitude. And they're infidel. What does infidel mean? Unfaithful. Some of them even stop believing God, and their money becoming their God. And abuse. That's why we have these people protesting in Wall Street. Because of the very rich have abused. I'm not saying all, but part of it is their abuse. People who have so much money want more money and even more money. meanwhile depriving everybody else. I just read today, all the wealth in the US is controlled by 36%. 36% is a big percentage, right? 36% of all the wealth is owned by 1% of the population. So you're looking at 64% for the 99% of the population. 36% is more than 1/3, right? 36% is more than 1/3, yet only 1% control and own this much wealth. So you can see ourselves here. Of course, this is Israel's responses to God, but how do we respond to God's blessings? So let's put God's blessings. So now we can put ourselves into the picture. How do we respond to God's gifts to us? Do we respond with ingratitude? That's why when you pray, you must always include thank you, thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a very important part of prayer. History doesn't have to repeat itself. Why does history have to be repeated? Why don't we learn so history will teach us something? What is that something that history will teach us? Avoid this. We must respond to God's graces with love, with service, charity, right? Instead of being unfaithful, being thankful, and of course, not abusing. What's the opposite of this? Infidelity, not equal to faithfulness. Gratitude. This is not equal to thankful. Thankfulness. And generous and abuse. Generosity.
Could be kindness, right?
Yeah. That's why, what is one lesson that history teaches us? Well, this is one big lesson right here. Another lesson would be Jesus never promised that following Him would be easy. Following Jesus would always have difficulty. And in order to decide to follow Jesus, you must be ready to confront those difficulties. That's the other lesson, which the Jews were not prepared for. Remember in the desert? They were in the desert for 40 years. And what happened in the desert? They were complaining a lot. They were grumpy, weren't they? Were they grumpy? They were complaining a lot. Did you bring us here to die? There's no food. We're sick of this manna. Manna is all they were eating. And where's water? We are thirsty. Give us water. There'll always be something that they're looking for. That's another lesson we learn. Not be grumpy. We must be generous. We must be faithful. And, very important, we must be thankful. Are you thankful? Okay, very well. How thankful are you? Do you just say thank you, or there's something else? If you're really thankful to God, number one, you'll be faithful. If you're really thankful, right? It's just like, all right, I'll finance you through education. I'll send you to school. We're not related. I have extra money here, I'll send you to school. I'll finance your education. You tell me thank you, right? But what else? How can you show me that you're thankful? By studying well. Because if you don't study well, that means you're not thankful to me. You don't appreciate what I do to you. Because if you really appreciate what I do to you, you'll be studying very, very well. That's what I mean. So if you're really thankful, you'll be faithful, you'll be generous too. Because not only would you extend this generosity of me, you'll also be generous to other people as time comes, and when the time comes. Right? You'll also be thankful when that time comes. That's being thankful to God. Stoppage time. The word, this is weakness. In the word martyr, the word martyr means witness. The word martyr means to witness. Stoppage time is to witness. Now, to witness, sometimes we don't see the result. I forgot who it was. Oh yes. Today, I discovered a saint. His name was Saint Rodrigo. I finally found him. He is Saint Rodrigo. Very good saint. You know what happened to him? He was a non-believer. He was a non-believer until he went to a church. He just walked into the church. He was curious what's going on in the church. And he found a lady who was walking and actually knelt before the Blessed Sacrament and prayed, and prayed. Okay, and the woman just was there praying. And San Rodrigo witnessed that. And that changed the life of this saint. You know why? Because he never knew what's she doing? Why is she kneeling down before the thing? So he started asking. That was God. That was the Lord right there, present in the most blessed sacrament. And this woman was kneeling. This woman never knew that she was witnessing for that presence. You understand? She was a witness. That woman was a witness to somebody who was looking at the time. But she didn't know. And she didn't have to know that. Until that woman died, she never knew that something she did had affected someone to becoming a saint. You believe that? That's number 3. That's number 3. When you witness, you don't have to know the consequence of it. You don't have to. In the course of time, there are many profound things that I probably have uttered through the years, in the hundreds, thousands of classes I've made. And whether or not it has affected someone, whichever way, I don't know that. And I don't have to know that. You know what I mean? It's up to the listeners to determine that. If they think that they have found the Lord, praise be His name. If they think they have heard the Lord, praise be His name. Remember, all glory and honor and praise is His.